Welcome to the Conrad Studio live stream. I'm trying to figure something out for this one. I kept wanting to like live stream it, but then I kept hitting roadblocks, and I was like, oh man, how do I fix all these things? I think for context, I got like spend quite a while today to write 2 scripts for like two new YouTube tutorials, because I was thinking like, while I'm making the long ones, I'm going to try and learn how to fit the shorter ones in between. I think also because recently I've been doing shorter live streams, but like more frequent. So as I did more of that, I started getting the hang of like doing shorter consistent ones, and then it gave me the idea of doing some tutorials that are, I would say, how do I describe it? They're going to be tutorials about the things that I love about Nomad Sculpt, and I was thinking it would be fun to do a whole series of that and try to make them really short. And yeah, one of the script would be on the lighting setup for this, but then as I was setting everything up for today's live stream, like the screen and all that, I realized that this doesn't really look that great on the camera. Yeah, there, let me show you so I brought in the screenshots from my iPad. So these screenshots, I'm not sure whether it's displaying on the screen right now, but I have 2 images on the screen, hopefully showing up. And one of them, the one on the left, is the old lighting. I mean, not really old lighting. Is it old lighting? I guess it's the same lighting. Sorry, it's not an old lighting. It's the same lighting, just like the light source is a bit brighter. And then I add tone mapping to the whole look with post-process, and that's what I got with the right side, which I feel, and I don't say this with full confidence, but I feel like it looks better, and or at least the type of look that I want to achieve. And yeah, it's like more of a film look, I guess. And it's like, I don't really know how much of it I can say is like this is the limitations of an iPad app or like Nomad Sculpt or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how much I can say, how much of that is true and how much of that is just like my own skill limitation. But I feel like in the short amount of time that I've been testing this, and for another context, I kind of got the idea after spending a long time looking at this image, which is from a music video, and I was like, I really want to recreate something like this in my shot. But yeah, there are a lot of challenges with this. I think for one thing, the defocus doesn't really seem to work that well in such a short distance. And then, actually, I'm not really sure why that's the case. Like, I kind of thought that I kind of thought that there was a closer one, but maybe it doesn't really work as well for like something. Let me see if oh my god. Maybe it's just the absolute distance that is not working out. Okay, let me hide this. I'm gonna hide the images now. Oh yeah, like you can look at the left side if it's showing. If it's not, I'm really sorry. On the left side, the skin has like this more like smooth plastic feel, which like, yeah, I probably can get away with, what was I called? I should probably learn how to like do material skin pores and all that stuff, like all that shit. But then I think on the right side with the tone mapping and how tone mapping works, like it's really cool. Reminds me of the days when I was looking up how to do linear color management. I'm using the Ajax tone mapping, and it I guess the idea of tone mapping is to remap the like, if I'm pointing at the image, like the shadows to the bright highlights, remap, like especially, I guess I can't go over like the image, but especially around the cheekbone like this. If you look on the left image, you know what, I'm not qualified to talk about tone mapping, but I find like it really redistribute the values pretty well, and is giving me the kind of look that I want with very minimal effort. Like this is just one material and just one material. Hello Tatami Chaos! I think today's stream is gonna be quite short, because I just want to test out in my tutorial script, like I said, that this one works well with subsurface, but then not really sure. That's why I'm testing out, because I also test out with these guys. Oh my god, it looks so cute! let me screenshot this. Tatami Chaos, I hope that you have been good. Oh my god, they're so cute! Look at this. This is Prison Break Chikawa edition. Oh my god, they're so cute. So I think for one thing I want to try, because the hair is not done yet. So for one thing I want to try, what's the thing called? Yeah, it's a dark pearl. Okay, let me hide this one. I'm just gonna put the screenshot on the bottom corner of the screen, just to show like the difference of what the camera is capturing. Yeah. Oh, is it just my camera profile? Like it should be less. Maybe I haven't noticed this, but for some reason for this specific shot, the red is like so red. Like orange red and like dense in a way that I don't like. So maybe just a color change would work, maybe. And then yeah, I wonder whether the defocus don't really work as well, because if you look at I know there's defocus, but the grid lines, this is kind of like one unit, so maybe it doesn't really work that well within this small space. I'm sure that it's too bright. At the end of the workday. Which part of the wall are you from? Right now it's like close to midnight. I was like contemplating to try live stream, because it wasn't looking that great. But then, because initially it was the background was black, and for some reason it made it look worse. Like, you know what? Like maybe if I look at it right now, it's kind of like sitting better. For some reason, the first time that I looked at it while I was setting up the camera and all that, I was like it wasn't looking that great. In the UK. A friend of mine just migrated to UK. It's pretty cool. I like the countryside of UK. It's such a beautiful. It's so pretty. Like you can just walk around. It's like back before I. Was this like a few years after dating my boyfriend? But like, cause I grew up in like the city, and most of my relatives are like sedentary, and like we just go shopping and all that stuff. That's like my holidays, if you believe it. And then after I met my boyfriend, and he went to a holiday with me for the first time, he got like a culture shock at like how much shopping we did, and like our holidays are just spent at like shopping malls and no like nature sightseeing stuff. Like maybe we'll go to museums, but like because they are in buildings. So the second time that I went with my boyfriend on a trip, we went to UK, and then he brought me to like the country. Like I think from London we took maybe 1.5 hours train downwards, and it was really nice. The funny thing was that like we forgot that the train left at like 5. The train was leaving at 5 p.m. and I think we were at the summit of some place like a hill at 3 p.m. or something, and then we had to run. We had to do long distance running. Oh, this looks cool to you. Okay, that's good. And then yeah, we had to do long distance running, and like my stamina was so shit. But thank God like my boyfriend was there, because like he was pacing me the whole way. We were just like running down for like an hour or something, and then he was like, don't run too fast, don't run too fast, you're going at a good pace. And then we were just running, and then we were like running past like houses and stuff, and like among the cottages sometimes there's like meadows or like small lawns, and then there are wild deers just eating there with like a baby deer. It was so cute, but then I couldn't stop to look at them because we were late for the train. So we were just like, oh my god, there's a deer, oh there's a baby deer, oh my god, so cute. And then we just kept running. Yeah, it was a memorable trip. Yeah, he's got good taste. And then like when we went down there, that was the first time that we followed the app of the All Trails app, on the one where like people record down their random trails or like walking trails or running hikes and all that. So we chose like one random dude's walk, and that was like my first experience ever in my life, like just walking without signboards and all that stuff, like walking through like people's, I guess like that's how you're supposed to do, like you just walk through like people's like land, and then going through like farmlands and all that stuff. Yeah, it was very eye-opening to me. It was also like a culture shock to me that you could do that kind of thing. Yeah, we had to speed run. I think the problem was that we were taking a long time like going up, which is always the problem, and then like we spent quite a long time looking at like the scene from the top of the hill. Okay, let me just paint this first before I get distracted. whether this is good. Am I looking at the screen while I'm adjusting this? I haven't painted in a while. I'm just gonna test like this side. Hey, one of the things that, yeah, it was a nice experience. I think after that was many years ago. So after that, haven't had the chance to go back to UK, but like, so after that we went to like Japan, Korea, and we used the same All Trails map app to follow like the routes. So in Korea we went to Odesan mountain, and we were following, it was kind of weird because like the trails seemed to like walk at random, it's like some random path, and then we were like, is this the way? Is this the way? I don't see any signboards. But it was the way. I think the eye-opening thing is just like, well, like for people living in this kind of places, this is like their normal life. And I wish that I had that kind of experience when I was growing up. Or like, I guess people in like overseas in general, if they can go to the countryside and stuff, they'll have those experiences. It's like in Singapore, there's a nature park nearby, and there's a hiking route of like, you probably just need to take like 20 steps to go up, maybe like 20 small steps to like go up that route, and then they label it as challenging route. And the funny thing is that before I went to UK, was this before UK or after UK? Because it was a relatively new nature park in some sense. And then that time, like I did find it challenging. And after going through like the experience of like Odesan and like seeing all the elderly people just like hopping around rocks and stuff, like I was like, how the shit did they do that? And then when I came back to that challenging route, I was like, oh my god, how did I find this so difficult? Because it was so easy. Yeah, well, it's yeah. But it's like challenging route for sedentary people. Yeah, I think it's the same app, and it's like ALLTRIALS. I think it's like one word with a green color logo, I think. Oh, you're going Japan next year? I'm going Japan end of this year. Yeah, it'll be fun to and my like be going with my my boyfriend's family, and then my boyfriend and I will have like our own time afterwards. So it'll be fun to try like more routes at different places over there. But we didn't use all the endurance and ankle strength. We didn't use all trails for like every place, like because let's say if you go to in Korea, we went to Odisan and another place, I forgot which one. The one with like a seaside, like viewing deck, like sky deck. And then that one was like, there was a very specific path and signboards, so we were just following the signboards and all this stuff. Not sure what this is. We just need to change the what parts are you? I'm going to the left side of Tokyo. Like from Tokyo going, like just like go to the left, those areas. And then hopefully there'll be some very nice seafood there, because apparently they are like pot areas. So the seafoods are apparently really good and fresh. Haven't looked up on what kind of trails are available there, but I guess usually we will just look up on these things when we are there. Oh my god, do I? Oh, check. Okay, I forgot that I need to. See how it looks like. Hey, this is without the post-processing. I think one of the things I wonder about would be, because I'm not really sure like what other people, what sculpts people are doing, and like I would think like doing a realistic human-ish or like size characters are like popular, and then doing something like this is also popular, the simple Stala stuff. But then I'm not sure whether I'm like covering everything, because like in my tutorial I'm like oh, this, like you can do this to make it look like that. But I'm thinking, is it, does it have a general does it cover, or like does it work for different sculpts, I guess. I think I'm still not sure about that. I'm going to paint this. I guess this one is fine. both ends of the spectrum. Yeah, I guess that's enough. I mean, it's not like, I guess like I have so much self-doubt, but I'm thinking like it's not like people make tutorials for like it to work for every single thing. So I should just be like, oh, if it works out for people, then that's like really great, and if it doesn't, then it's meant for something else, I guess. Let me see. But yeah, you're welcome for the All Trails app. Hello, Sasha. Oh my god, I haven't even done much in this. Okay, let me paint this. I think I haven't painted in a while, so I forgot that I should be painting the dark stuff first before. Yeah, I haven't used All Trails as to record my walks. Like, we have been using it for walking other people's trails. And like it's just funny how like you can really see how it just tracks the person walking around things. At least for the areas where there are no signboards and stuff. Creepy. Yeah. How's my day? Pretty tired from thinking about the two tutorial scripts that I'm planning out. But other than that, it's pretty good. Let me see. What's the view call it? Yeah, I guess like my hope would be that people taking in the tutorial, or at least my approach to any tutorial that I watch would be that I will kind of tweak things around. But I guess sometimes I'll be like, I encounter comments where where people will be like they don't know how to bend things to fit their own needs. So I guess things like that does make me doubt. Why is my eyedrop not working? Make me doubt a bit. Oh, thanks for the pizza. What time is it at Singapore? It's 12:17 a.m. right now. I know it's super late, but then I was spending the time after dinner looking up on what tone mapping is. I shouldn't have gone down the rabbit hole. I was feeling like, oh man, I'm kind of feeling some doubt because like I don't understand how tone mapping works, and then I'm making a tutorial of like using tone mapping. So anyway, I was looking up on like Blender forums on Reddit to see what it is, and I feel like I still don't really have like a good idea of it. But something that I learned is that probably the newest version of Blender is using AGX now instead of Filmic, and I'm using AGX in my tone mapping options. So yeah, I guess it'd be cool to see how the Blender one looks like if I do go back to Blender. I feel like this is not. Oh, you just got home from work. Hope that you have a good rest tonight. I haven't been streaming at midnight or past midnight recently. It's just that like I'm still having a hard time trying to juggle between like different disciplines and stuff, like between sculpting, painting, and making the tutorials and doing the script. And I was thinking like because it's so difficult to like jump between them, that my tutorial stuff has been lagging behind, at least like too much for what I'm comfortable with. So like I was just really focused today on making sure that I can start filming and all that stuff. Probably can. I just want to add some contour and contour her these areas, and then hopefully that will help to bring out some nice qualities. Why is there 2 hits? Because I like it. Initially it started because I wasn't happy with the progress that I was doing with the hair, with the girl's hair, and then I brought the old version into the new file, and then I was looking at both of them. I was thinking like, oh, I like this part of this one, and I like this part of this one. And then after many hours, I just decided to, like, I like both of them, so I'm just gonna put them both together. And yeah, I'm just gonna like do some idea around it. And you can't have too many pretty things, so having 2 of them is nice. Oh, that's true. It's Halloween now. Soon. I didn't think about that. I guess it's like a nice coincidence. I feel like it's a little bit difficult. is so subtle. Then I will add in but the other idea is also that something that I only realized after putting the two of them together is that when I do 2D drawings, I would that is too dark. When I do 2D drawings, I would draw a lot of girls together. And after I put these two hits together, I was like, oh yeah, like it just like clicked in my head. That's something that I like to do when I draw. So I guess that's like just one other small interesting fact of why I decided to do this. I'm just going to like paint in a little bit of shadow and stuff because I feel like she's looking a bit flat. One of the hits to you. I can loan you that one. To paint shadow this. I'll say that like they look scary with just one color like that. Because I accidentally like colored one whole color on their face when I was testing some stuff, and I was like, whoa. That's so scary. The magic of painting things. I mean, this is not even final. This is still a work in progress, but I think I just want to like integrate them a tiny bit more. I think it's too red. And then I'm going to test I probably sent oh, look at those cute little heads. I'm going to bring in, let's see, preset. So one of the tutorial part was about bringing this in. I guess for people who don't have a sculpt in their file, this is the one that they can reference. I mean, use in Nomad, because it's just a base mesh. Here's the thing that I wonder about is if I can just probably want to duplicate this. Probably one of the examples is this. Let me just check this. Oops. Yeah, the base, honestly the base mesh is quite scary. But it's there. That's why I had a live stream a while back where I was just editing the base mesh to something that I can look at more easily. No offense to the one who made it. Like, it's really cool that someone made it for Nomad Sculpt, but at the same time I'm like, it's quite difficult to look at. What do I want to do? Oh my god. Because I wonder if subsurface would give a nicer quality, or whether or not it doesn't matter. I think it looks better. So I guess I'll probably say in the script to put subsurface for everything. Like, I think it does look a bit better. Like, it might not be that visible, but in person, like, it feels a lot softer. And I think if I look at just like areas like this, yeah, I think it looks nicer with this specific lighting setup that I have. Because the idea that I'm going for is like, yeah, it gives them an extra softness. Yeah, right. The idea I'm going for is like this front camera flash look, which is a really specific look too. Because there's no, well, there's like a bounce light from the wall, but yeah, the idea is just like one lighting and then post-process, and then it's super easy to set up. So I probably will have her, like, one of this to be fully subsurface. Oh my god, I forgot the other I forgot to talk about the learning point of the day. Oh my god. Because I always want to share something small every day, every time I stream. I guess for today I can share with you guys. If you select all the geometries on in the outliner or in the viewport, you can change the material for all of them. I think like I didn't really think about, like, it wasn't really intuitive to me, I guess. Was it? Or was I just stupid? Hey, welcome back. So actually it looks a lot nicer like this. So probably too high subsurface is not that nice. Another thing. I think I'll have one standing here. Another one standing here. Probably I should just mention that I like how it looks like with subsurface, so I don't need this one. Or I can just put it for ref. Is it visible? Oh yeah, it is quite visible. Okay. I think like especially the areas around the eyes, like it looks nicer. So let me just I mean the other thing is also like I've seen more pro people doing materials and stuff for human skin and all that, and then like I mean when I was writing the script I was like, oh man, like I don't know any of these things. I only know how to bring the subsurface down, and like everyone's doing like materials, textures, whatever, and like all those shit. So probably I'll put them here. I think they're fine here. Oh my god, so cute. Okay, let's try it. Wait, is this already subsurface? Oh, okay. Probably there's one of the downsides for subsurface is like the black colors get visibly grayish. I think that's like one of the problems that I find with Nomad right now when I'm doing my work, is that I can't really get very intense black at the moment for certain things. Okay, I think that's cute. When it's very high, it looks like a candle. Oh yeah, it looks like a candle. A human shaped candle for Halloween. It's like, wait, let me bring this up. Oh my god, it's lagging. Which makes sense for it to lag. What's it? Clone this. Oh my god, how do you do a candle? Let's just do this first. I'm going to make your dreams come true. Oh my god, stop! The camera keeps locking onto the wall behind. Black color, no. Fine. So, making texture maps a thing in Nomad Sculpt? I have no idea. Big thickness map. Yeah, I'll look that up after I end the stream. Big thickness. The things I know about materials are still somewhat elementary. Where's the glow button? Seems like the bloom is not. Where is it? Then this one has to be procrastination. Oh, it's been so long since I've done candles. Oh, you need to turn this off. I don't remember like what my workflow was for candles. I think that's good enough for like a 10-minute thing. Less than 10 minutes thing. No, it's not visible. I might forget it. Hello, Quanto. Random nonsense of PowerPoint is good too. I can't miss like doing all those PowerPoint slides. Okay, let me see. Do I want it like this? Yep. You know what, maybe it's fine to film this. Yeah, I guess it's alright. You know what? I think everything's fine. Think too much. What happened to the oh no, it's here. Okay. Like, wonder whether PowerPoint has gotten better or whether or not it's still the same. Well, it feels like people are not using PowerPoints anymore too. Like, there are other things. Cause like my cousins are still in school, and like they'll be like, "Oh, do you know this app?" And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" Like, there will be apps or like web browser apps so like you can drag and drop things, which is pretty cool. But I don't know shit about all those. I just want to do this a bit before I go. What do I want to do? 2 gigs of PowerPoint memes, but all 3. What is affinity apps? Oh my god. Am I like too much in the bubble? You know what, let me write down affinity. And then thickness. Okay, affinity app and big thickness map. Big thickness map. Okay. Oh yeah, it's called Canva, yes. It's Canva, yes. I guess it'd be cool if there's someone out there using Nomad Sculpt in PowerPoint. Okay, let me add. I'm like looking at the screen, the OBS screen as I go. And I really feel like this fits the Halloween theme. I don't know what the hell's going on with this flame, but Maybe I should look up on flame materials. Wait, maybe I can. What's that called? Because flames are. I don't know. Let me just fake this. It's quite cute. Reminds me of like the things that you can get at Daiso. Like they should probably sell like the different body parts as like $2 each, and then you can spend like 1, 2. You can spend a couple of $2 on this humanoid candle figure to jump scare your neighbors. I think that's about it for today. I'll just like bring this into the tutorial and like not explain anything. Although maybe I should make this more distinct. Oh, okay. I feel like I've heard about affinity before, but yeah. As a horror movie, yeah. Because like any sort of mannequin will pass off as like a scary thing. I think I need to make this super. Wait, why is it not visible? Wait, my experience. Oh my god. I forgot to charge. No. But I keep getting jump scares when like I forget to plug in my iPad, and then I'm just like being complacent and working with post-process and the PBR mode all the time now. Like the battery can drain quite fast. Oh, you're using Illustrator. I haven't used Adobe stuff for a while, and last time I did was Photoshop, and like it's so stupid because like they gave us 2 months free, and I don't remember what the 2 months free was about, but they were like, oh, we're giving you 2 months free, and then like I don't remember whether or not it's like the sign-in bonus or oh wait. Shutting down. Oh wait, no. I think we wanted to cancel Adobe subscription in like the first year. I mean, in like that year, and then they were like, "Oh, you're canceling? Like, we'll give you 2 months free if you extend it to next year." So we extended it to next year, and then like we also end up not using it that much, so we ended it on like October. So the renewal cycle is October, so the next October we wanted to stop the subscription, and then they were like, you still have 2 months, so you have to pay like $60 or something. And then we were like, what the fuck, like you gave us 2 months free, and you're like counting that as like we still have 2 months left. Yeah, like we were so pissed at that point. And then we went to chat with like the, I guess like we went to the chat bot and then like how do I get my cancellation like without the fee and charges and stuff. Now I guess I was quite surprised that it was a human behind it. Somehow I was thinking like it was just like bots all the time. And then like the funny thing is that the guy who helped us, like the feeling that he had was that like, oh, this is just another day on my job. And and then he's like, oh, so you're asking for like a cancel fee waiver? And then like, yeah, sure, like yeah. And then we're like, oh my god, thank you so much. But at the same time, we're like, what the hell, Adobe? It's so stupid. Maybe it's not good for me to talk about these kind of things, I don't know. But it was such a bizarre experience. And around that time, that was kind of a few months before people started making videos about Adobe and how they have been charging, doing this like stupid charging system, and like probably around that time they got sued. And then we were like, oh, we are not the only one who's experiencing this, okay. And I guess like we were just like, thank god we are out of it, I guess. Oh, Boolean stuff, okay. Because I'll look at, I've seen like one of my friend, because she does she's a 2D illustrator, and then she tried this 3D web browser thing where like you can merge things together, and then like they'll like blend in and all that stuff, so you can make a lot of cute things with it. I was like, oh, that is quite cool. But then I already have Nomad Sculpt, so like I didn't try that one. I also don't remember what it's called. But I guess it's pretty cool to see like how 3D interfaces, like to make 3D models, is getting more and more accessible. I think that's always something cool to see. Because I think more people should do 3D stuff. I guess this is about it. If this doesn't show up, then I think it's fine. Or maybe I should. Oh, is it Womp? Maybe? Maybe like Womp. I'm not sure whether I'm putting. I'm just inserting that name into my memory and like, oh, maybe that's it. But maybe it is. Why do you guys know so much? Am I really just in a bubble right now? I feel like when it comes to software and stuff, like, because I guess my friend is more up to date with it, so I get most of the news from her. I mean, I heard about Figma, but I'm also not really sure like how their interface is like, or like what they do exactly. I'm just thinking like at the top of the candle there's like, okay, I think might be like there's a dent in from it melting, and then it causes. Surprisingly, I'm having some fun doing this random shit. And then like the stuff will pull at the edge of the candle. I can't give a shit about looking at reference photos right now. Oh, thank you for liking this. This is from my experience of. I'm not sure whether. Yeah, I hope it doesn't crash. Where are you? Which one is it? But like, is it here? Is it big? No. The base? Yeah, I was like making these for the Nomad Sculpt base. So it's just like, I'm just, like, I remember I was like drawing straight lines down and stuff to create the wax. Because if you do wavy lines, then it looks really off. Which kind of makes sense because like it's just the wax like dripping down, so it's just like a gravity pull. So I think like as long as you make it straight, and then you have like little bits pulling at different rates, like different heights, that it should. I hope you don't crash. Don't crash. But of course, this is like a way bigger thing, so like it is quite a different challenge to do something so big. Yeah, thank you. I really like that base too. It's based off on Mesmer's, the Elden Ring Mesmer's boss arena. But when I was doing it, because I set a goal for myself to only buy Elden Ring DLC after I finished that sculpt, so the only reference I had was the trailer. And then I'll be like, no, like, show me a different angle of the floor, I can't see shit, like I can't see what the pattern is. So yeah, it was quite difficult. And after I got the DLC and then we fought Mesmer, and I was like quite shocked that we encountered Mesmer so early. Then I was like, after we defeated Mesmer, I was just like looking around the floor. I was like walking around the character and like, oh, like the floor looks like this. Oh, the tiles look like this. I think especially there are some motifs on the floor, on some of the rings of the arena. So I was just like staring at them and like, oh, I got this completely wrong. So yeah, it's very fun memories. I wish that I really had fun doing things like that, but it always boils down to not having enough time to do everything that I want to do. Because I'm doing stupid shit like this. And this too. I think the light is just here, so I'm going to end it there. I think. What's. Oh, yeah. I was lucky that back in art school, because I took 3D animation course, that from year one we had intro to 3D in Maya, because I graduated in 2014 for that specific course, and then Blender wasn't really usable yet at that time. I feel like it might be fun right now to be in art school and like using Blender for everything. But yeah, I was lucky that I had 3D lessons because I didn't really know about 3D before that. I was also like predominantly doing drawings and not even digital drawing, like more just drawing on paper. It is too high up. But yeah, I'm always thankful that I was exposed to 3D and I didn't stop learning 3D. I think that was also the only time when I learned like the whole pipeline of doing materials to rendering to rigging to animation and stuff. I also found out that I didn't really like 3D animation. Oh, but then like I also didn't like 2D animation. Like I much prefer doing paint weight and UV unwrapping. I think like, so it goes like this and then I need to make this less slanted because there's a drip down the sides. Oh, transition to Nomad Sculpt or to Blender. I think so. I can tell. I can see why the industry standard softwares are really good for what they are. Like to me, I always had this memory of Maya being very like ugly is not the word. What's that? It's not ugly. The UI just doesn't inspire me, I guess. That's what I felt with Maya, even though I probably have like 1, 2, 3, maybe like about 6 years of using Maya at this point. But it's like, because I worked in a big visual effects company, then that's when I could see like how different departments, very briefly, because I didn't really go around to different departments and all that stuff. But when I do work on the shots and I need to interact with the like either the animator or like the effects person to like talk about like what we need to do to like so that it can be brought into Nuke and all that, that like you can see that Maya is very integrated in the pipeline, and there's all these like custom things, and it's just every department has like their own way of customizing Maya to suit their own needs. Like layout would be different from like an effects person using Maya. I don't know how much of it is that like if let's say they do transfer to Blender, that it wouldn't actually take that long to transition. But then it's like everyone is just too like pressed for time in visual effects. Like the crunch is so bad that like and for Nomad is missing the like the vertex movement capabilities. What is it called? 3D modeling capabilities. So in that sense, Nomad is very different. Like, I'm trying to remember. The thing is that I picked up Nomad after I picked up Nomad like after a while of not using Maya. So I don't have the experience of like having Maya and Nomad side by side. And I didn't know enough about Maya, like if I have to be honest about things. Oh, why is this not? But I can say that I like the Nomad Sculpt interface a whole lot more. And this is just like, I don't really think about these kind of things. I just go by feeling, I think. And based on my feelings and my memories, like, I really like Nomad Sculpt interface. But how much of it is that I've gotten better in 3D and I've improved since then, like I can't really tell because I haven't used Maya in a while. Let me... Well, I think like Nomad and Maya can be quite an interesting like comparison too, because like Maya can be compared to Blender, and Blender also has sculpting softwares. And like in terms of user interface, I think like you can compare the different softwares, the main 3D softwares together. And like I feel like if people do that, then there's a lot of things to learn of like why is it that the interface of this feels so much better with that. Because like at the end of the day, the user interface is kind of universal to whether or not the 3D software is like good for this or that. But ZBrush to Nomad, I also haven't used ZBrush in a really long time, and I have close to like zero experience using ZBrush. But like the same thing with Maya and ZBrush is that there is a lot of things that you can do that is missing in Nomad Sculpt. Like I'm probably doing things very inefficiently because I'm using Nomad and I'm like almost like doing pure sculpting by hand most of the time. Because I noticed that people who, like when I look at the behind the scenes of how someone built their sculpt in ZBrush, I think like 80% of the time I'm quite shocked at like how many tools and features you can use in ZBrush to do like those specific things that exist in their sculpt, like especially for close folds and nano meshes, things like that. Like people, you're not really, you don't need to do them by hand if you're doing them in ZBrush, unless this is your artistic goal to do those things for your sculpt. But in the most part, like it's cool to see like how much of it is like how much of it is about using the features that is already available in ZBrush. Like I feel like there's going to be some sort of feature function inside that allows you to make these like random strands of candle wax. Like I'm pretty sure there's something like that inside. ZBrush. I just don't know enough about everything to know for sure. And like whenever I look at yeah, hopefully, yeah, I hope that Blender keeps going with whatever that they're doing. I'm just chilling out at this point because I'm procrastinating on my tutorial script. Well, I guess I also feel like I've been working pretty hard, so I'm just going to take this very slow sculpting and chill break. Turn on the... I'm sorry if I miss any comments. Makes sense. Yeah, I wonder whether there are people using Nomad and Maya together, but I kind of feel like the thing of if someone is using Nomad Sculpt, most likely they're using Blender. But like it'll be cool to see like people using Nomad more with, I don't know, other like more industry standard things. And like I'm not going to be one of them because I have Blender. Oh yeah. So ZBrush brushes. Oh my god, like the brushes are so good. There's this thing of like I've tried getting wait, where is it? In Nomad Sculpt there are all these settings, but I feel like something is missing because I'll try like people's custom brushes in Nomad and it works like 50% of the time, at least for what I need, because it feels like when I start adjusting, so like I was adjusting this a bit by myself for a bit and I was thinking like, oh, I can't get the settings that right, like it feels like something's always like off, or like something an artifact will happen when I do this. So I downloaded like other people's brushes and then I feel like I feel like I can see it in other people's settings too. And then over time I just like I'm just going to use the default brushes because like they work pretty well for me. Actually, I don't really understand like why there's this nose and then there is no mouth. Because the nose is like quite, I don't know, realistic. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Just actually one interesting fact with sculpting, if you want to get into sculpting and you're new to it, noses are really how do I say it? It's very easy to make them big, I guess, because like these details are really tiny. Like whenever you look at people starting out sculpting for the first time, I think like 100% of the time their noses are going to be too big and like too blobby and round. So like with noses, I'm really careful to have like a small brush size. Like this is going to be a common look that people will do for nose. Like me, I did this last time too because I didn't know. Like it will look like that. So it's just about treating it differently from other parts of the face, and then be very mindful of like the different features, and use a small brush size for the ridges. Maybe this guy is screaming right now. I mean, she's melting. And she's going to disappear soon. She has to scream. Oh, this is cool. I was kind of doubting like I will make a shitty candle, but you know what? Like just doing things one stroke at a time works out. Oh, and see you, Sasha? Thank you for coming. And I need to go to. Then to use Gozi to jump. Oh yeah, the Gozi. Man, I'm jealous that you have that feature too. Meanwhile, in Nomad Sculpt, I'm still like exporting OBJ to my PC. Makes me excited to see what the next Nomad update will be like. They better do a Nomad Blender thing. I'm demanding for it, like I'm not requesting. Hey, you're welcome. I struggle a lot with noses last time. And I think it's the same principle with painting. Like I used to struggle with the eyes, nose, and mouth, and then I realized from doing some paint studies in recent time on my live streams that like for some reason I put the same amount of time that I worked on like big areas like this, like the cheek and the jawline, on the eyes, nose, and lips. And like it doesn't make sense because the amount of detail on these things are just like a lot more than whatever is over here. So after that click in my head, I was like, oh, you know what, I really need to, after doing like the base structure well, then when I go into the details, it's like I need to be more careful and just take the time that I need to work on them. Because like I'll be rushing over them, and then I'll be like, oh my god, it's so difficult. Like why is it so hard? And it's like, yeah, that is so hard. Like it's a lot more detailed than the cheek. Oh yeah, Blender for iPad, yes. I keep forgetting that it exists, and then whenever I see someone mention it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that thing is coming, and I'll probably forget about it for a while. Oh man, exciting times. I realize that's one of the things that I like about live streaming too, is that I can keep myself up to date with all these things that I can't stay up to date with. It's looking pretty. This area is not going to be visible, so I'm going to do like This is one of my favorite things about candles. Like, it really doesn't matter how your brushstroke is like, because it's so organic to a certain point. So that's the back view done. I like how this area is looking. Can probably print a little bit more before I guess I've been saying that I'm going off, but then I'm just having so much fun with this. Now that I have all these strands, like, it's starting to become clearer to me, like how the ridges around is formed on the candle. It's pretty cool. And I think I'll just do this. I think the other thing is that candles need to be like this, not like that, because it's a droplet of wax. I think this will be the last thing to do. It feels so different sculpting a large candle versus a tiny one. Okay, let's bring up the light. I can probably paint it. Oh, this one's too even. Ready for Halloween. Let me put some Okay, bye Tatami Chaos. I'll be ending it here too. Thank you for dropping by the stream, guys. It's been fun hanging out with you guys, and thank you for the idea. I will have no context bringing this into my tutorial. And hopefully I can get it done, because like I want to make it a really short tutorial, so hopefully I can get it done very soon. But yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye, Konto. Yeah, thank you for coming. Bye.